and switch your brain into sleep mode naturally. And trust me, once you start adding these to your routine, you're going to feel the difference not just at night, but through the entire day. So before you reach for another sleeping pill, before you blame your age or think poor sleep is something you're stuck with forever, give me the next few minutes, because you're about to discover what 100 years of Japanese medical wisdom recommends for effortless sleep, deeper rest, and better mornings. As we grow older, especially after the age of 60, the body goes through subtle but powerful internal changes that most people don't notice until their sleep begins to suffer. The decline often feels sudden, but it's actually the result of years of gradual shifts in hormones, stress responses, and recovery processes. Japan's oldest doctor explains that poor sleep after 60 is not a sign that the body is breaking down or that insomnia is simply an unavoidable part of aging. Instead, it's a message from the body saying that its internal balance has shifted and it now needs different support than it did in earlier decades. One of the biggest changes is the drop in natural melatonin production. Melatonin is the hormone that helps signal the brain when it's time to sleep, and the body produces significantly less of it with age. This explains why falling asleep becomes more difficult and why even small disturbances can wake a person up. Alongside this, cortisol, the stress hormone, tends to stay higher for longer throughout the day in older adults, making it harder for the brain to shut down at night. Muscles also become tighter, digestion slows down, and the nervous system becomes more sensitive. All of these factors combine to create restless nights, light sleep, and early waking. But here's where Japan's longevity wisdom stands out. Instead of relying on sleeping pills or forcing the body to rest, the Japanese approach focuses on restoring natural balance through food. Japan's oldest doctor often explains that sleep is not something you chase, it is something that happens automatically when the body feels nourished, calm, and supported. And this nourishment doesn't come from complicated diets or extreme routines. It comes from simple, natural superfoods that gently guide the body back into its original rhythm. In Japan, food is not just something to fill the stomach. It's the foundation of healing, and it's used as the first line of support for nearly every issue related to aging. The idea is that when you feed the body the right nutrients, hormones begin to regulate themselves, muscles and nerves relax more easily, and the brain starts producing chemicals that naturally trigger sleep. Another key part of this philosophy is understanding that sleep problems often begin long before the night arrives. If the body is tense, stressed, inflamed, or nutritionally depleted during the day, it will struggle to settle down when evening comes. This is why the Japanese lifestyle emphasizes calmness, warm foods, balanced digestion, and steady energy throughout the day. It means that sleep is treated as a 24-hour cycle, not a moment that starts when the lights go off. Japan's oldest doctor has observed that when seniors shift their focus from forcing sleep to nourishing the body, results follow surprisingly quickly. Instead of fighting their biology, they work with it. This approach acknowledges that the aging body still has the ability to repair, restore, and recalibrate. It just needs the right help. By relying on holistic, nutrient-dense superfoods, the body can slowly relearn the natural patterns it once followed effortlessly, allowing sleep to return as a natural process rather than a nightly struggle. Tart cherries have gained attention around the world, but in Japan, especially among older adults, guided by the teachings of Japan's oldest doctor, they are viewed as one of the most reliable natural tools for restoring lost sleep cycles. What makes tart cherries so special is that they contain actual melatonin, the very hormone your brain produces to signal that it's time to sleep. As we age, the body produces significantly less melatonin, which is why many people over 60 find themselves lying awake for long periods before finally drifting off. Unlike synthetic melatonin supplements, that can sometimes cause grogginess or disrupt the body's natural rhythm. The melatonin in tart cherries works in harmony with your internal clock. It's gentle, recognizable to the body, and supports sleep without forcing it. When seniors drink warm tart cherry juice or eat tart cherries in the evening, they often notice that falling asleep becomes smoother and more natural because they're giving their brain the exact molecule it's missing. But melatonin is only part of the story. Tart cherries are also rich in tryptophan, an essential amino acid that the body uses to create serotonin, the feel-good neurotransmitter that influences mood, relaxation, and ultimately sleep. Serotonin itself eventually converts into melatonin, which means eating tart cherries not only helps you sleep tonight, but can help rebuild the chemical pathways your brain needs for better long-term sleep. Many older adults struggle with low serotonin levels because of stress, reduced physical activity, or diet changes that happen with age. Tart cherries help fill that gap naturally, without pills or artificial sleep aids. When serotonin is balanced, the mind feels calmer, the heart rate slows more easily, and the body transitions into a restful state with less resistance. Another powerful benefit of tart cherries lies in their anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. As the body ages, inflammation becomes more common, especially in the joints, muscles, and digestive system. Even mild inflammation at night can cause restlessness, discomfort, or frequent waking. Tart cherries contain anthocyanins, compounds that help reduce inflammation throughout the body. When inflammation decreases, physical tension reduces as well. Seniors often report waking up fewer times during the night because they feel more comfortable and less achy. When the body feels physically at ease, the brain is much more willing to shift into deeper stages of sleep, allowing for better restoration and morning energy. Tart cherries also help regulate the sleep-wake cycle by stabilizing blood sugar levels. Rapid spikes or drops in blood sugar during the night are a hidden cause of waking up suddenly without knowing why. The natural sugars in tart cherries digest slowly, providing a steady release of energy that keeps the body balanced. This helps prevent the middle-of-the-night wakefulness that many older adults assume is just part of aging. Instead, with steady glucose levels, the brain remains in a calm, steady rhythm that supports more continuous sleep. Japan's oldest doctor often encourages seniors to drink a warm tart cherry drink about an hour before bed. The warmth itself relaxes the body, while the natural compounds in the cherries begin supporting hormonal and chemical pathways. Over time, this simple evening ritual can retrain the brain to recognize nighttime as a period of calm and restoration. It's not about forcing sleep, but about creating the conditions that allow sleep to happen naturally. By giving the body what it already knows how to use: melatonin, serotonin precursors, antioxidants, and gentle nourishment, tart cherries help restore the sleep cycle that might have been disrupted by years of stress, aging, or lifestyle changes. This is why they're considered one of the most effective and effortless sleep superfoods for anyone over 60 who wants to fall asleep easier and wake up feeling refreshed. Magnesium and potassium are two minerals that quietly run the relaxation system of the body, and after the age of 60, they become more important than ever for achieving deep, uninterrupted sleep. Japan's oldest doctor often emphasizes that most seniors are not actually struggling with insomnia itself. They're struggling with tension. They don't even realize they have tension in the muscles, tension in the nerves, and tension in the mind. Foods rich in magnesium, like pumpkin seeds, and foods rich in both magnesium and potassium, like bananas, work together to loosen that hidden tension and allow the body to drop naturally into rest. Magnesium is sometimes called the relaxation mineral because it plays a role in more than 300 processes in the body, many of them connected to calming the nervous system. When magnesium levels are low, the nerves fire too quickly, the muscles stay tight, and the brain has difficulty slowing its thinking patterns. This combination makes it extremely hard for someone to fall asleep, no matter how tired they are. And the problem becomes more common with age because the body absorbs magnesium less effectively and the muscles tend to lose elasticity. Pumpkin seeds offer a rich, concentrated dose of magnesium in a natural form the body can recognize. When eaten in the evening, they help shift the body from alert mode into relaxation mode. Seniors who snack on pumpkin seeds before bed often notice that their muscles feel less tight, their breathing becomes smoother, and their mind begins to quiet down. Magnesium also increases GABA, the neurotransmitter responsible for turning off mental chatter. Low GABA is one of the major reasons older adults lie awake thinking, even when they want to sleep. By boosting magnesium, pumpkin seeds help increase GABA naturally, creating a sense of calm that prepares the brain for sleep. Bananas, on the other hand, contribute a powerful combination of potassium and magnesium that target the muscles directly. Potassium helps regulate electrical signals within the muscles and nerves, allowing them to relax instead of staying in a partially contracted state. Seniors often experience nighttime cramps, twitching, or restlessness in their legs due to potassium deficiency. A banana in the evening can help smooth out these issues, reduce muscle spasms, and help the body feel physically at ease. When the muscles relax, the heart rate naturally lowers, signaling to the brain that it's time to wind down. This subtle shift is one of the most effective natural triggers for sleep, and it's something many older adults miss because they simply aren't getting enough mineral support. Another important factor Japan's oldest doctor points out is how magnesium-rich foods help regulate stress hormones. High cortisol late in the day can keep the mind wired and prevent restful sleep. Magnesium helps bring cortisol back to normal levels, allowing the body to exit its stress response. Pumpkin seeds and bananas both play a role in lowering stress and supporting a more stable mood throughout the evening. When stress hormones are under control, the brain can ease into sleep instead of fighting against a constant sense of urgency or worry. There's also the element of energy regulation. After 60, many people struggle with low daytime energy and nighttime restlessness. This happens because the nervous system becomes overstimulated easily, while the body lacks the minerals needed to calm it down. Magnesium and potassium help restore that balance. They steady the heartbeat, improve blood flow, and reduce inflammation in the muscles. With better circulation and calmer nerves, the entire body begins to feel heavier and more grounded at night, making the transition into sleep smoother and more natural. Japan's oldest doctor recommends simple habits like eating a handful of pumpkin seeds in the evening or enjoying a banana about an hour before bed. These small choices can create a nightly rhythm that supports the body's natural sleep mechanisms. The beauty of magnesium and potassium is that they don't force sleep. They prepare the mind and body to relax deeply enough that sleep becomes effortless. Instead of relying on pills that override the body's signals, these minerals restore the body's own ability to rest. Through consistent nourishment, seniors can experience fewer nighttime awakenings, less tension, and a more peaceful mental state when they lie down, allowing sleep to come easily and stay longer. The connection between the gut and the brain becomes especially important after the age of 60. And Japan's oldest doctor believes that many sleep problems seniors face actually begin in the digestive system rather than in the mind. As people get older, stomach acid decreases, digestion slows down, and the balance of good bacteria in the gut begins to shift. These changes may seem harmless, but they have a powerful effect on serotonin, a neurotransmitter responsible for feelings of calm, emotional balance, and ultimately the production of melatonin, the hormone that guides sleep. What many people don't realize is that most of the body's serotonin is produced in the gut, not the brain. That means if the gut is imbalanced or inflamed, sleep naturally suffers. This is where fermented foods like miso become incredibly valuable. Miso, made through natural fermentation, contains probiotics that nourish the gut lining and strengthen the community of beneficial bacteria that help regulate digestion and improve communication with the brain. When the gut is healthy, serotonin production increases, and because serotonin eventually converts into melatonin, the sleep cycle becomes more stable. Seniors who drink a warm bowl of miso soup in the evening often notice they fall asleep faster without even trying. The warmth of the soup relaxes the body, the probiotics calm the digestive system, and the gentle flavor helps ease tension. Japan's oldest doctor often explains that the body sleeps when it feels safe internally, and a soothed gut sends exactly that signal to the brain. Many older adults deal with digestive discomfort at night, gas, bloating, heaviness, or indigestion, and they don't realize that this discomfort triggers subtle stress responses in the nervous system that prevent deep rest. Even mild digestive irritation keeps the body from fully relaxing into sleep. Miso and other fermented foods help restore smooth digestion, making the body feel light and comfortable enough to settle down naturally. Another powerful benefit of fermented foods is their ability to reduce inflammation. Chronic inflammation increases with age and often affects the gut first. Inflammation in the digestive system can interfere with nutrient absorption, leading to low levels of vitamins and minerals needed for relaxation and sleep regulation. Probiotic-rich foods help reduce this inflammation and repair the gut lining. As the gut becomes stronger, nutrients like B vitamins, magnesium, and amino acids absorb more efficiently, supporting relaxation and hormone balance. These quiet shifts add up over time, creating an environment where the brain can regulate sleep hormones more effectively and consistently. Japan's oldest doctor also highlights how fermented foods help calm the autonomic nervous system. When the gut is balanced, the vagus nerve, the communication highway between the gut and brain, receives soothing signals instead of stress signals. This helps slow the heart rate, deepen the breath, and encourage a sense of peace as bedtime approaches. Many seniors who incorporate miso or other fermented foods into their diet report feeling mentally clearer and emotionally steadier, which is crucial for sleep. A busy, anxious, or unsettled mind has difficulty shutting off, but when the gut is functioning well, emotional stability naturally follows. Fermented foods also help regulate blood sugar levels. Unstable blood sugar is a major but often hidden cause of nighttime wakefulness. If blood sugar drops too low during the night, the body releases stress hormones that wake you up suddenly. The probiotics and natural carbohydrates in miso help keep blood sugar steady, giving the brain a reliable supply of energy so it doesn't need to activate emergency responses. With stable blood sugar and calm digestion, the brain can maintain deeper sleep for longer periods. Japan's oldest doctor often recommends having miso soup as a light evening meal because it is gentle on digestion and provides nourishment without overwhelming the stomach. By consistently feeding the gut with fermented foods, seniors can rebuild a strong, healthy internal foundation that supports both mental and physical relaxation. This makes falling asleep easier, reduces nighttime interruptions, and promotes deeper, more restorative rest. Through the simple act of caring for the gut, the brain receives the signals it needs to guide the body into natural, effortless sleep. Blood sugar stability is one of the most overlooked factors in good sleep, especially for people over 60, and Japan's oldest doctor often explains that many seniors wake up in the middle of the night, not because of age or insomnia, but because their blood sugar drops suddenly. When this happens, the body releases adrenaline and cortisol to bring glucose levels back up, and those hormones instantly pull you out of sleep. Most people don't realize this is happening, so they blame the bathroom, discomfort, or light sleep, when in reality, their internal fuel supply simply isn't steady enough to support a full night of rest. This is where foods like barley, tea, and sweet potatoes become essential. Barley tea, a popular drink among Japanese elders, is naturally caffeine-free and incredibly soothing, but its real power lies in how it helps regulate blood sugar. It has a gentle, steadying effect on the digestive system, preventing sudden spikes and drops. When seniors drink roasted barley tea in the evening, their body experiences a slower, more controlled digestion process, which helps maintain stable glucose throughout the night. Sweet potatoes are another powerful sleep-supporting food because they digest slowly and release energy gradually. After 60, the body often processes fast carbohydrates too quickly, leading to sugar crashes that disrupt sleep. Sweet potatoes, however, provide complex carbohydrates that break down at a steady pace, ensuring the brain has a continuous supply of fuel while you're sleeping. A steady supply of glucose helps the brain remain calm and prevents it from sending emergency signals that cause sudden waking. Seniors who eat a small serving of sweet potato in the evening often find that they stay asleep longer and wake up fewer times because the brain feels supported and nourished. Japan's oldest doctor often emphasizes that the brain is incredibly sensitive to fuel changes as we age. Younger bodies can tolerate larger swings in blood sugar without major consequences, but older bodies cannot. When blood sugar dips, the brain interprets it as a threat, activating alertness chemicals and pulling the body out of deep sleep. By stabilizing blood sugar before bedtime, foods like sweet potatoes and barley tea prevent that alert response from being triggered. This means longer, deeper, more peaceful sleep. And it's not just about staying asleep, it's also about falling asleep more easily. When blood sugar is stable, the body feels grounded, centered, and calm, making the transition into sleep feel smoother. Another hidden benefit of barley tea is its ability to soothe the stomach and reduce nighttime digestive discomfort. An overworked or irritated stomach can easily disrupt sleep, especially in older adults whose digestion naturally slows down. Barley tea helps relax the digestive tract and reduce inflammation, creating a lighter and more comfortable feeling in the body. When the stomach is calm, the brain feels more relaxed as well, because the gut and brain communicate closely. A soothed digestive system sends calming signals through the nervous system, encouraging the brain to wind down. Sweet potatoes also support sleep by promoting the production of serotonin, a calming neurotransmitter that stabilizes mood and contributes to melatonin synthesis. Seniors often deal with lower serotonin levels, which can contribute to stress, anxiety, and nighttime restlessness. The vitamin B6 found in sweet potatoes helps convert tryptophan into serotonin, naturally supporting a more balanced emotional state. When serotonin rises, the mind feels more at ease, and nighttime thoughts become quieter, making sleep feel less like a battle and more like a natural reaction. Japan's oldest doctor also points out that sweet potatoes contain potassium, a mineral that relaxes muscles and supports healthy nerve function. This additional effect helps reduce the physical tension that often keeps seniors awake. Combined with steady blood sugar, this creates an ideal internal environment for sleep. Barley, tea, and sweet potatoes work beautifully together because one supports hydration and digestive calm, while the other provides lasting nourishment and glucose balance. When enjoyed in the evening, they help create a gentle, grounded state in the body that carries into the night. By stabilizing blood sugar and calming the digestive system, these foods help eliminate one of the most common but unnoticed causes of nighttime waking. Instead of relying on medication or forcing sleep, this approach supports the body's natural rhythms and gives the brain the steadiness it needs to stay asleep. Seniors who incorporate these foods into their evening routine often experience deeper rest, fewer disruptions, and more refreshed mornings because their body finally has the consistent internal environment required for peaceful sleep. As we age, the body's hormonal balance changes in ways that can make falling asleep and staying asleep increasingly difficult, and Japan's oldest doctor emphasizes that addressing these imbalances is one of the most powerful ways to improve sleep naturally after 60. Hormones like melatonin, cortisol, and serotonin are critical regulators of the sleep-wake cycle, and when they are out of alignment, even small stressors can disrupt rest. For older adults, decreased melatonin production makes it harder to feel sleepy at the right time, while elevated nighttime cortisol can keep the mind alert and prevent the body from relaxing. The solution is not to force sleep with medication, but to support the body in restoring natural hormone rhythms. Foods such as black sesame seeds, ginger, and kiwi are particularly effective because they provide the minerals, antioxidants, and natural serotonin precursors necessary for hormonal regulation. By integrating these foods into the daily routine, the body receives gentle, consistent support that encourages a natural transition into restful sleep. Black sesame seeds, for example, are rich in calcium, magnesium, and healthy fats, all of which help regulate nerve and muscle function while stabilizing hormones. After 60, many seniors experience subtle deficiencies in these minerals, leading to tension, restless legs, or light, fragmented sleep. Sprinkling black sesame seeds on meals or incorporating them into soups can provide a slow, steady infusion of these essential nutrients, allowing the nervous system to calm and the body to prepare for sleep. The minerals help reduce nighttime muscle twitches and cramps, while the healthy fats support hormone production, particularly the hormones involved in relaxation and sleep initiation. This makes black sesame seeds a small but powerful tool for anyone seeking more consistent and restorative sleep. Ginger is another superfood that contributes to hormonal balance indirectly by calming the digestive system and improving circulation. Poor digestion or inflammation in the gastrointestinal tract can create stress signals that raise cortisol and interfere with melatonin production. A warm cup of ginger tea in the evening soothes the stomach and promotes blood flow, helping muscles relax and reducing the physiological tension that keeps the body in a state of alertness. Ginger's calming effects on the nervous system support the natural decrease in cortisol that should occur in the evening, making it easier for the brain to shift into rest mode. Additionally, ginger's anti-inflammatory properties help lower systemic inflammation, which is often linked to disrupted sleep in older adults. By reducing inflammation and stress on the body, ginger creates an environment where hormone levels can normalize, supporting a smoother, more restful night. Kiwi, while small and unassuming, is remarkably effective at supporting serotonin levels, the precursor to melatonin. After 60, serotonin production often declines, which can lead to mood instability, anxiety, and difficulty falling asleep. Eating kiwi before bed provides the body with antioxidants, vitamin C, and compounds that help increase serotonin naturally. This rise in serotonin not only improves mood, but also facilitates the production of melatonin, signaling to the brain that it's time to rest. Regular consumption of kiwi has been associated with longer sleep duration and fewer nighttime awakenings, making it a simple yet potent addition to the evening routine. Japan's oldest doctor highlights that when seniors consistently eat foods that support serotonin, the body's internal sleep-wake rhythm begins to reset itself, reducing dependence on external aids and allowing sleep to return to its natural pattern. By combining these foods, seniors can address multiple aspects of hormonal balance simultaneously. Black sesame seeds supply the minerals needed for nerve and muscle relaxation. Ginger soothes the digestive system and lowers stress hormones, and kiwi boosts serotonin levels to naturally increase melatonin production. Together, they create an internal environment where the body can transition into sleep more easily and maintain deeper rest throughout the night. For older adults who have struggled with fragmented or restless sleep, incorporating these superfoods offers a practical, natural approach that aligns with the body's physiology and restores the hormonal patterns that are essential for restorative sleep. Consistent use of these foods can result in fewer awakenings, calmer nights, and more energetic, refreshed mornings.